All right, I think we are already live. What it do? What it is? What up, YouTube? It's your boy Gettin, and we are back at late night streaming. At this point, we are going to talk about Undisputed. They showcased a another round, full round of gameplay. So we're going to just look at it, take a look at real boxing, discuss what should be in the game or might be in the next game or something like that. And we're gonna kind of play it by ear. So let's look at this. Let's look at this round. I think I've only seen it like maybe once or twice. We're gonna go full screen. No. Sorry, not full screen. We're doing this live. I'm gonna do it live. Viewer mode, cinema viewer, and here we go. See, the thing that I'm looking for when it comes to a boxing game, just like any other simulated sport, I want to see how well it's going to replicate real football, real basketball, real boxing in this case. So I'm wondering how it's going to be. And looking at this, the game already looks polished, I should say, right? The game already looks polished. But it's some things that are missing, and it's certain things I want to see in the game that's in real boxing. But all right, Edwards need to get out the corner first of all, and I like how he kind of stepped out. But what I would love to see is a slip and pivot and get out of danger move instead of a sidestep. I would love to see that because that's real boxing. Now, I admit these fighters, both of them are British. That's Sonny Edwards and Hope Price, I believe. Where's my phone? So I've never seen Sonny Edwards fight, right? Again, I'm not into British boxing like that. It's kind of hard to watch it over here in the States. But I did look at a little bit of Edwards, and Edwards does have quick feet. Okay, so he showboated a little bit and hit him to the body, which is great. I like that shove. I like that shove that they did, that Edwards did. And hopefully more of that is in the game too. So that's that loose footwork that Edwards was doing just now. See, Edwards has very fast foot speed compared to Hope Price. And this is it's a lot of movement. It's a lot of movement that these fighters are doing. And in boxing, it's not necessarily all this movement. It's more of a game of inches, if you will. But there's a lot of movement, and that's a good thing. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Edwards is tearing up Price's body. Oof. Now that right there is amazing right there. I really like that. I like the fact that he's so fast, he's able to literally go around him. The only thing that the developers need to do in the next iteration or in a patch or something further down the line is that movement. And I'll go back to it. I just want to show the whole round. All right, that was the whole round. Let's back it up. And I think it was like right around here. Okay. This movement right here. Instead of this being loose footwork, I think the developers are calling it, this should be a pivot and move to set up an angle. And the game kind of did that already. The game kind of naturally did that. It just needs to look the part. And looking the part is capturing the animation of a pivot and a slip pivot into creating new angles. Look, right there. Boom, boom, boom. Oof. That was nice. And that was, you know what? That was actually, it was so fast before that I think they kind of did that. I think that was a pivot. Let's look at it again. Look, he kind of ducked down, weaved underneath his punch or his arm right there. Boom, boom, boom. Oof. That was sweet. That was sweet. Yep. That's definitely a pivot. That's definitely a pivot, and I love seeing that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go to a smaller view because I can control the speed much better in this view. So he missed. They both miss. Price hits him with a glancing blow, but he's too close, right? And I'm assuming Hope doesn't have good inside fighting. And again, I don't watch British boxing. I don't know if he has good inside boxing or not, but all I can see is that this jab that Hope pushes or punches tries to land, it does not land because he's way too tall, his arms are too long, and his aim is way off. He's much better going into inside boxing, and I'm not too sure if the fighters trigger that or if it happens naturally. But anyway, so they kind of both miss these punches, but Edwards connects with this hook. I should say a 3, right? Okay, let's go. So he backs up. Now look at that. Ooh, that's a pivot right there. That's what I want to see. I didn't think they would have that in the game. But this right here is very important. So what Edwards did, and mind you, I'm not this crazy big boxing person, right? I just, I like boxing. I love the sport. But what Edwards did is he did a pivot to create a new angle. Lomachenko does this a lot. Shakur Stevenson does this a bit. Haney does this a little bit, which Haney probably won't be in the game. But boxers do this. But the person who does it the most that I can think of off the hand is Lomachenko. He pivots, creates a brand new angle. He's literally behind him. I don't even know if that's legal. I don't even know if that's legal. But the fact that his foot speed is so good and they actually have this pivot right here, I love that. I'm already in love with this game now. I'm already found a new love in this game now. That looks really good. And boom, just rips his body, giving him rabbit punches. He really didn't land as much as he should have. Right? But the fact I'm just so in love with this pivot, and I wanted pivots in this game. There's more things I want in the game, but yeah, just that right there. Oof. He's blocking it, but yeah, that was sweet. That was sweet. And then he backs up, gets out of the way. Now the other type of pivot that boxers do is they would do this step, but then they will step away to get out of danger. Yeah. That looks good. That looks real good. All right, let me go back to the big view. All right. And this basically it's almost over. But we're going to look at it. We're going to dissect it a little bit more. He got him in the corner. Right here is the most dangerous place to be for any boxer, is in the corner. I almost think that if you're in the corner like this and not trying to get out, or if the other fighter is cutting you off, I wouldn't mind seeing some kind of damage buff. Because being in the corner right here like this, you are really in trouble unless you are that much better than your opponent. And he does get clipped. He does get hit a couple of times. But Price's his stamina is all done. His stamina is all done. He has to back up himself and ran right into a right cross. And they're fighting after the bell. Let's look at that again. This time I'm not going to stop it. See, I'll tell you right now. Here's the thing. If Hope Price, I don't know what kind of fighter he is again, but if Hope Price would use his range a bit more, this whole round would have been completely different. But he kept getting too close. See right there, look. Those two jabs. I know I said I wasn't going to stop it, but I'm going to stop it anyway. But where's my mouse? Okay, sorry. Okay, I think it was right here. He threw 2 jabs and they were very ineffective. That's telling me that Price's accuracy can't be too good. Where is it? I think it's right around here. Yeah, right there. That jab, and that jab looks snappy too. That looks real good. But if Price would have used his distance a bit more, this whole fight could have been different because he has the range. He may not have the power, and Sonny Edwards might have the speed to get inside of Price's range to begin with. But that's the thing you got to work off if you're a taller fighter. You have to use your jab. And the user using Price should have used his jab first instead of walking so close into Edwards. Price isn't using his distance properly. And that's good that that's in the game. That's really good that's in the game. That's going to really separate great users versus amateur users. But yeah. So he throws his jab, misses it, misses that other jab, missed that jab, missed the other jab. That was that was beautiful weaving and slipping. That was beautiful slipping. Now let's look at that again. I wish I could make this screen bigger. I got to figure that out. But let's look at that again. Oof. Completely whiffed. Oh, man. Okay, if somebody is showboating, I would love it if they actually got rocked. If they're showboating. But he completely whiffed this jab. Sonny Edwards is showboating right here, clearly. Right? So if he's clearly showboating, I want to see him get rocked. Look at this. Not to laugh at the game, because obviously I know that the developers are working very, very, very hard, right, on this game to make it really good. For him to miss this jab, it's so hard to control at full screen. But the fact that he missed that jab, that's crazy. That's crazy. He's showboating and he misses a lead jab. Oh no. Say it ain't so. It looked kind of like a low blow, but that did some damage. Hit him with another body shot and got out of the way. And continue to get out of the way. This right here, I kind of like it. I kind of like the fact that they look like they're tussling a little bit. Let me go into full view. Let's go into let's just watch it a little bit. Oof, got rocked. See, he's in that corner. He can't evade as well as he was doing in the middle of the ring. Stopped him. What? That completely stopped him. Let's go back to that again. See if I can catch it. I want you to look at Hope or Price. He comes in and try to punch, but Edwards' cross just stops him in his tracks. Look at this. Boom, right there. That was a good punch. That was a real good punch. Punched him again. Got him again. This is 3 of 12. See, I want to see later rounds. I want to see how they fight in later rounds. This is round 3 of 12. And I want to see how they look in like rounds 8 and 9. Those are the championship rounds right there. Well, not typically. Typically it's, 10, 11, 12. They're the championship rounds. But I'm just saying, a lot of knockouts, a lot of wins are won in the 9th, 10th, 8th rounds of fights. And if I knew any better, I would say Edwards, he wins a lot of fights by decision. Boxing wishlist site. What up, boxing video game wishlist site? Hey man, I support all. Thank you for all the support. Appreciate it. Anybody in here, please hit the like, share. We are going to talk about this Undisputed. I'm already loving this game. Seems like a pretty good game. It seems like they're picking up right where Fight Night left off, and that's beautiful. That is a good look. Right where Fight Night left off. Oof. Yo, Price has to have not so accurate punches. He can't be too accurate. A stationary target he has trouble hitting. Where is it? Look at that. That was so sweet. That was sweet. It's the subtle movements in this game that's going to really make this game really good. It's the subtle movements. It's the subtle movements that's going to make this game really good. Ooh, ooh, that looked like a slip counter. Oh, that looked like a slip counter. Yeah, this game is right. Now I'm starting to see a lot of things you couldn't see. Wait, can I go back? Oh, I have to hit stop. Let's pause it. Okay. Let's go back. Let's go back. It's the little details. And that's what boxing is. Boxing is the little details that make a game really good. Yes, they're trying to give that chess element. You're 100% correct. That's what it looks like. It looks like once you slow it down and really look at the details of this game, it really do look like they're trying to give it that chess element. And that's way more than what Fight Night has ever done. So they're picking up the ball from Fight Night and running with it. It looks good, man. Hit him in the chest right there. Glancing blow to the neck. Oh, caught him with that little uppercut, though. The little tight uppercut. That was good. Ooh, caught him again. But I think this is where Edwards fires back. Hold up. Boom. That hit him right there. That was a good shot right there. Right in the ribs. Again in the body. And then he gets out of the way. Oh. All right. Ooh. Glancing blow right there. If this punch would have landed right here, would have got another flash in the screen. That would have been a really good punch. Oh, we looked at this already. Boom. Yeah. My favorite part of this video is this right here. This pivot right here. And his beautiful footwork. You could see that he puts his weight to his lead foot and then he swings his body around to his back foot. Oh, that is beautiful, man. That is beautiful. Look at that. Created a whole new angle. I mean, maybe they need to have the opponent who's getting pivoted on. Maybe they need to turn a little bit faster because Edwards' speed is so fast, that he got all the way around him and he's like punching him in his back. Then he turns around to get punched in the face. You're saying you see the feet collide, being that the southpaw versus unorthodox stance. Yes. All right. Yeah. I haven't seen it, but I'll take your word for it. I'm sure it's in there. But yeah, that's great physics right there. And this game looks like it has a lot of good physics to it. So I'm all for it. And then Edwards gets into the corner where I think this is where he takes the most punishment is when he's in the corner. So maybe there's something to that where the opponent that's not in the corner putting the pressure on actually gets a buff. And they should. Because all that mobility goes away. Because you're in the corner. You can't move. Oof. That's what it looks like. Okay. It has to be that because the screen never shook as much as it did when Edwards was in the corner and Price was pressuring. All the punches that Price threw, it did not shake as much. So definitely that's the case. He had to get some kind of like buff or something like that. And that looks really good. Let's look at it full view. Still my favorite part. Still my favorite part is that pivot. But the only problem is Price. Oof. Price has no stamina because he punched himself out. And Edwards naturally probably has much better stamina. Oh, man. Let's look at that again. We're just going to keep looking at it. We're going to keep finding little things. We're going to keep finding little things. This game looks really good. I got to say that again. It's the little details that make this game really, really good. See, I am wondering because we know that close fighting is in the game. So I am wondering, do the fighters initiate the close fighting, or is it a distance thing, or is it turned off, or is it a skill thing? Some fighters don't have close fighting, so no matter how close they get, or if they try to trigger it, maybe it won't trigger at all. I don't know. Oof. That body shot. Them body shots. He was working that body. So that's a move right there. Let me back that up. Let me back that up a little bit. Where's my mouse? Come on. Okay. Let me just back that up a little bit, because Price, to close the distance, did like a lunging cross. Is it right here? Yeah, right there. He did like a lunging cross, or is that a glitch? I'm not too sure. He did a lead cross. Boom. But it didn't land. So I wonder if that's a move in the game, if that's a technique. That'd be dope if that was a technique. Stopped him right in his tracks with that cross. Seemed like the camera's having a tough time keeping up. Oof, missing those jabs. See, he kind of did it again. He kind of did it like a lead jab right there. Right there, yep. Missed it. Beating that body down. You know what? That's probably why his stamina is going down way faster, is because Edwards is working the body. Excuse me. Yeah, I hope it's all up to you with the close fighting too. I hope it's up to the user. And if the user chooses to get into close fighting and the fighter isn't good at close fighting, that's on the user. A brawler should be able to brawl if they ain't careful. Yeah. Hey, there are brawlers in boxing. That's what boxing is. A lot of boxers are brawlers. And yeah, a brawler should be able to brawl if they are good at it and if they're somewhat careful with it, You're right. That's how it should be. Oof. Caught him with that. Again, that's my favorite move. I'm gonna keep saying it every time I see it. Now that I've seen it, I gotta look at it again. That pivot. I didn't think pivots were in the game. Right there. That's good. Oh, that's sweet. That's real sweet. You got to get out that corner though. All right. Yeah, this game looks good. I can't complain about too much, and Not that I should complain about it, but game looks great. I think we're gonna do one more time, and we're gonna look at some real boxing. I think after this round. The body punches really mess up the stamina. See, it's hard to distinguish if a body shot that lands really well, does that take down the stamina as well as your punches? Now, I know it definitely takes down the dark gray bar, but the white gray bar, the lighter gray bar, that's your punches. That's what's taking that down. So I wonder if body shots take down both. And look at Edwards is taking like literally no damage. That's crazy. That's crazy. Edwards is literally taking no damage in this fight. Look at his stamina bar. Literally taking like no damage. Well, that's true. Well, you know what? I'll say this. The fact that it's an alpha, this is when we should complain the most. The reason why I say that is because any big issue can change. Now, if the game is about to be a demo or about to be released, then what's the point of complaining there? Because we can't make the game better, right? So there's a point to complain. Anytime when a consumer wants to complain, there's always a point. But it depends if the complaint is valid. You get me? But honestly, this game looks great. You know, I think it would be foolish to complain as if they were a company that had a lineage of boxing games, and this is like their 15th game, and they still not fixing things right constructively. Perfect. Constructively is perfect. You know, but if they're, you know, they long list of boxing games and they're still not listening to their fans, that's an issue. But this is their first time out, and it's looking like better than Fight Night from yesteryear. So I'm super happy with this game already, and I didn't even play it. Like that body combination. Woo! That pivot, my favorite thing. Favorite thing in this video is that pivot. Well, he put himself into the corner. He shouldn't have done that. Maybe it's to tire out the other guy. I don't know. He did it purposely. Yep, that's it. That's it. Now let's look at a little bit of boxing, because I've seen a little bit of Edwards fight. Like I said, I'm not a big British boxing fan. Sonny. And where was that video I was looking at? I was looking at this one. Let me turn this down a little bit. All right, that's cool. So there were certain things that I saw, little subtle details that I saw in the first round or the second round maybe, that I think would really help the game out, make it a little bit more interesting. First of all, let's look at the background. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cameramen around the ring. That might be a nice little addition that they might be able to add in if it's not taking up too much RAM. I think that would be kind of cool in a patch, or maybe an update. The game, like everybody knows, is in alpha, so just little things like that. Now, I think this guy Muhammad gets hit and he shakes his head no. Oh, matter of fact, just that little movement right there. It's pretty good. Now, that type of wrestling, I don't expect that to be in the game. That's a lot of programming. That's crazy. But where is it? This type of movement that Edwards did to get out of the way, right there. I think that would be kind of cool, right there. And that's probably is in the game. That's probably a combination of like loose boxing. You know what I'm saying? So just that little bit of movement just to get out of the way, get away from the pressure, would help out the game as well. See, that movement right there, I think is dope. So Muhammad's in the Philly shell. We're not going to look at this whole fight. That's a lot to look at, you know? Well, yeah. Just to pick up on a couple things. There he is showboating. That's a showboat right there. Let me rewind that for a second. That's a showboat. Those are the type of showboats I would love to see in Undisputed. I think that would be really cool just to see a slight taunt. Fix his pants. Look down at him. Look at him like he didn't even touch him. Look at that. See, that's the slick stuff that would be cool in the game, man. Just little things like that. Look at it again. He gonna punch it. He's gonna hit air, and I'm walking away. You know, just those little things like that. That would be so dope. And now look at how Edwards is moving. Right? I just noticed this. Ali is holding his ground in the middle of the boxing ring. Edwards is literally just walking around him, kind of lulling him to sleep, but just walking around him, invading everything. And then when he wants to create his pressure, that's when Muhammad takes a couple of steps back. The one thing that might be missing in Undisputed is the fight of inches, where a fighter takes a half step forward, the other fighter takes a half step back to judge their distance. Stuff like that might, it's kind of hard to program that into a game, but I would love to see them try. That's true. Yes. Ooh, that was a punch right there. That was nice. Yeah, Edwards is actually all right. He's not too bad. He probably is a champion, right? So let's look at these punches right quick. He caught him on a counter. He pushed him. Ooh. See, that was kind of like a slip counter right there. I haven't seen a slip counter yet in Undisputed, but it might happen naturally. Boom. Bow. That kind of caught him. It didn't do a lot of damage, but it definitely hit him. See, right there, you could kind of see it a little bit. When he gets hit a couple of times, Muhammad kind of shakes his head no, like you didn't do anything. I would love to see that in a fighting game as well. I would love to see that. Look, he's shaking his head no. I'm like, no, you didn't get me. But he did tag him. And there was that pivot. He kind of pivoted out of the way right there. Edwards kind of pivoted to the right. See, it wasn't a clean pivot, but he did pivot out of danger. That's a little bit of showboating, loose boxing right there, right? All right, I think that's about it. I think that's what I'm going to do because I don't want my channel to get flagged. I already showed enough of real boxing, stealing content. Yeah, you're right. Boxing minds that play this game is definitely going to be doing more boxing related things as the casuals. They're going to pick up the game and just do rock'em sock'em robots. 100% correct. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to Undisputed. We done looked at that round 1,000 times and broke down some things. And I got into, a little bit of things that I wanted. If you like the content, please like the content. Thank you for everybody who showed up, even if it's for a second or throughout the whole live stream, this quick live stream, boxing video game wish list site. Thank you very much, man. Much appreciated to you. And that's it. I think we are done with this one round. More content coming. Don't forget to hit the like and notification bells. Again, I got all types of content coming. Undisputed boxing is just one of my other passions, as well as football and basketball and other video games and stuff like that. But, we're going to get into it. So thanks again.